to give you an overview of the EL curriculum for 3rd grade. So, important to know, the EL curriculum is made up of 4 modules or topics of learning. The 3rd grade modules are Module 1, Overcoming Learning Challenges, Module 2, Freaky Frog Adaptations, Module 3, Literary Classics, Peter Pan, which was removed this year for virtual learning specifically, but is typically the 3rd module, and then Module 4, The Wide World of Water. So each module is made up of 3 units. In Unit 1, students read to build background knowledge on the topic. In Unit 2, students research and do informational writing about the topic. And then in Unit 3, students write a 4-paragraph essay and complete a performance task. Each unit is made up of 12 to 14 lessons. Halfway through each unit, there is a mid-unit assessment. At the end of each unit, there is an end-of-unit assessment. Each assessment mirrors the recent lessons from the unit. For example, in Unit 1, students will read narratives and/or poems, then take a mid-unit assessment on narratives and poems. Then, in the second part of the unit, in Unit 1, students will either write short responses or they will write a narrative or a story, and then have an end-of-unit assessments on practicing writing short responses or on the narrative, whichever was done in that particular module. Then we move on to Unit 2. Unit 2 is still within the same module or the same topic, just moving to a different section of that topic. So the first part of Unit 2 is always researching by reading nonfiction texts. And students will take a mid-unit assessment where they will read nonfiction texts and answer questions. In the second half of Unit 2, students will begin writing informational paragraphs to answer research questions. And then at the end of Unit 2, they'll take the end-of-unit assessment, where they will have to show their knowledge about writing informational paragraphs to answer research questions. And then in Unit 3, students will draft each paragraph of their essay and then take the mid-unit assessment. Then they'll revise and write a final copy of the essay and take the end-of-unit assessment. A lot of these tie in together, the lessons and then what the students have to do for the assessment. And at the end of Unit 3, students will compile their work from all the units, Units 1, 2, and 3, and put them together to complete a performance task. So the performance tasks, again, they're part of Unit 3. They're not additional. They're just a part of the final unit in the module. For Module 1, the students wrote a reading contract of their reading challenges, and then they made a reading strategies bookmark. In Module 2, students will make a Freaky Frog book with all their writing from the module from Units 1, 2, and 3, and then create a trading card from their frog that they researched. And in Module 4, students will write an essay about a particular water issue and then create a public service announcement video to highlight their water issue that they researched and wrote about. Okay? The performance tests are graded just like the assessments. So looking at Module 2 specifically and how all the units go together, in Unit 1, the main focus of the Unit 1 in Module 2 is to write a pourquoi-tale narrative, right? So that students will write a story about a why question. So why frogs? And they have to come up with their why question about frogs and write that narrative. That's what we're currently working on right now. And then when we move on to Unit 2, students will write informational paragraphs about different frog adaptations. They'll have to write about the adaptations of the glass frog and adaptations of the poison dart frog, and write paragraphs about those adaptations of those frogs based on the research and nonfiction books that we're reading. Then in Unit 3, we build on what we started in Unit 2 by writing a 4-paragraph essay versus just a 1-paragraph informational paragraph. We make a 4-paragraph essay on one specific frog that your student will research. And then At the end of units 1, 2, and 3, we're going to take all these different writings that your students have done and then put them all together to create our Freaky Frog book. And then they will create a trading card based on the frog that they researched in Unit 3. And we'll put that all together for the performance task. So it's a lot of information there, but to give you a little example, I'm going to read you one of the texts that we've read in Module 2, Unit 1. This is a pourquoi tale called Why the Poison Dart Frog is So Colorful. And a pourquoi tale is like a folk tale that answers a why or a how question. So this is Why Are Poison Dart Frogs Colorful? Long, long ago, deep in Africa, a boy named Varana lived by himself in a secret magical cave. On the outside, the cave was dull, rocky, and gray, but inside, the walls of the cave were covered with glittering jewels, rubies, diamonds, and sapphires. Rana shared his cave with 3 pet frogs. They were named Drab, Ash, and Gray, and their skin was a dull gray-green. Drab was tiny, Ash was tinier, and Little Gray was the tiniest of all. One day, Rana was playing a hunting game with his frog friends. He accidentally knocked over one of the torches that lit up the cave. The torch fell onto the dried grass Rana used for a bed and set it on fire. "Help! Please help me!" Rana screamed. He knew he had to find a way out. He ran for the entrance, but it was in flames. He reached down to pick up Drab, Ash, and Gray, but his little friends hopped away from him. He followed them, but they just hopped more quickly, deeper and deeper into the cave. Rana thought, "How strange, it seems to be getting cooler." Then he saw a giant crack in the cave wall. Rana scooped up the 3 frogs and wiggled through. First, Rana took a deep breath of fresh air. Then he bent down to see if Drab, Ash, and Gray were all right. Rana was amazed. Drab, Ash, and Gray were safe, but they were not dull and green anymore. Drab was ruby red with flecks of gold. Ash was a bright sapphire blue with streaks of black. Gray looked like a shimmering rainbow. The walls of the cave had melted and coated the frogs in brilliant colors. "Now no one will ever forget your bravery," said Rana. And to this day, the children and grandchildren of those little frogs have beautiful skin the color of gems. So now we've learned why poison dart frogs are so colorful. And this is a story that we use to model a narrative or a pourquoi tale that the students are writing in Module 1, or in Module 2, Unit 1. So the purpose of the story is to explain why the poison dart frogs became colorful. And the students looked at the structure of the story about how it started with a beginning, and then they introduced the problem, and then we looked at how the characters respond to the problem, and how the author wrote the solution to the problem, and tied in the point of the story to explain why the poison dart frogs are colorful. The students looked at the problem, the solution, how the characters reacted, their thoughts, feelings, actions. They used all these examples and the steps of answering these questions to think about how they could write their own pourquoi tale. And if you guys have any questions about the modules or the L curriculum, feel free to reach out to the 3rd grade literacy teachers, and we'll be happy to answer any questions.